is the MG Cyberster. It's an electric sports car which is priced at rupees 79.17 lakhs on road Mumbai. This is the key of the vehicle. It actually says MG the roaring raindrop right here. Meanwhile, the key does a lot of things. This is to open the trunk, this is to sound the alarm, this is to lock the car, unlock the car, those buttons are there, and this is to open the doors. Yes, if I press this button, the scissor doors, they actually open. Yeah, that is so freaking cool. People are going to buy this car just for the way the doors work. Anyway, straight away, let's open the frunk. Is there a frunk here? No, there's no frunk here. It says Cyberster here. Washer fluid goes in here. It says washer fluid. How much washer fluid does this car take? I have no clue at all. And you can see the suspension right there and also the tire. Yeah, I was expecting a frunk, but I have not got it. And there is insulation here, which is surprising. This car obviously looks amazing. Look at the design. It looks fantastic. MG logo right there. You get 4 parking sensors at the front. Provision for the towing hook. Meanwhile, active air curtain. This thing actually draws in air to cool the battery of the car. So yeah, they have given that cooling function, and low CD value here, because of which the car is quite slippery, not in terms of grip, but in terms of cheating wind. Lights are beautiful, indicators are on at the moment. It says SAIC Vision Full LED System. SAIC obviously is the parent company of MG from China. And you have this lip at the front. It looks fantastic, actually. It looks really lovely. Meanwhile, it gets a staggered tire setup. The front tire size 245/40/20. Lovely design. Red color brake calipers. Says MG right there. And you obviously get a camera here. You get a camera here as well. Meanwhile, you get a rain sensor. No, there's no rain sensor. Can I find a rain sensor? Not really. But there's a rain sensor. There's also a camera there for lane keep assist. Let me actually shut the door. It's easy. I press a button here. Nope. No, that's actually the sensor. So I press the button there and there it shuts. In terms of length, this car is around 4.5 meters. The wheelbase is around 2.7 meters and it looks gorgeous. Meanwhile, it says 100th anniversary. I think this is a sensor so that the door does not open when there's something around. And obviously, you can see it has got ADAS functions as well. Now these are the buttons to open the door. So press a button, it opens. And the rear tire is 275/35/20. So bigger, yeah, staggered tire setup. The design is lovely. It's a mix of Aston Martin, Jaguar and a lot of other sports cars. You get 4 parking sensors at the rear, arrow-shaped lights here. That's the indicator functioning. Connected tail light says Cyberster right there. High mounted stop lamp as well. And very F1 style light here. I think this is for the reverse light. And that is for the towing hook. You get this honeycomb treatment here. Let's open the boot, and it's not very big. Charging port has been kept there. You obviously get a light here, and you also get a net right there on both the sides. Is there a spare wheel in this car? No, there isn't. There's a tire inflator. This is insulated, which is nice. Let's shut this. MG logo on the top, not at the rear, so that's a bit different. Let's open the door here. I press a button and it opens. Yeah, this is so cool. Electric scissor doors, absolutely fantastic. And the first thing I'm going to do is obviously I'm going to open the roof of this car. So I press a button and there it opens. It opens in 10 seconds and works up to 50 kilometers per hour. That's fantastic. And then there's obviously the wind deflector there. Okay, the windows are rolling up. What is this? I have no clue. I don't know what that is. There's some space here. Speaker placement always there, almost everywhere, because both sound system with 8 speaker system. Now with I'm trying to open the windows only to realize that since the door is right now open, I have to open the window from here. So I'm just going to put both the windows up. What is this button? A lot of buttons which are actually alien to me. Now with the roof open, the car looks absolutely crazy. Look at it. This is a convertible. Another reason why this car is going to sell in decent numbers, because of the way it looks, because it's a convertible, and because of the electric scissor doors, which are just fantastic. It's a 2-seater. It has got 4 airbags, Y-shaped treatment here on the seat, and this is the charging port of the vehicle. We'll talk about charging while driving, obviously. Let me shut this, and there isn't much space as such. But this is the glove box, which is decent size. Doesn't get the cooling function, but is beautifully lined. Some storage space here. That's about it. Not much. It says SAIC on the seatbelt buckle, because obviously parent company right there. I love the way the car looks. It's so phenomenal in terms of design. Let's sit inside because there are a lot of screens. Firstly, this is 8-way adjustable, and it obviously gets the heating function. Ventilation, they don't give importance only, na. There's a proper dead pedal, electric parking brake, just to open the hood, headlight leveler, and yes, space isn't much for someone as tall as me. To shut the door, I can press this button, and there it shuts. So yeah, you can shut the door from here also. Multiple ways to operate the electric scissor doors. The doors look fantastic. They're like $1 million here, and You get a mirror here along with a light. That's nice. Here you get a light on the top. This is not auto dimming, which is surprisingly and shocking as well. Same here, you get a mirror along with a light. Yes, sun visor, not really useful here. Now, if you notice, everything is tilted towards the driver. There's a cup holder here. There's another cup holder right there. You push to get it up. There's some storage space here with a USB-A and a USB-C. Apple CarPlay is unfortunately wired here. There's a smartphone holder right there. And I'm just going to keep the key right there. Now, these are the controls to open the doors. This is to put the roof down. And these are the AC controls, which thankfully are physical buttons because there are a lot of screens. Firstly, this is the drive selector. There is this screen which is 7-inch, another 7-inch, another 7-inch, and this is a 10.25-inch screen. So yeah, this car is having a lot of screens, which is kind of crazy. The steering wheel is nice to hold, a lot of leather. Steering modes, drive mode, super sport, and these are the controls for various things on the screen here as well. Now, the good part here is that this is actually for the audio. I've turned on the audio system, yeah, the volume controller here. See, it's changing. Now, this is actually a touch screen. Yes, you can change stuff here. So, it tells you about the charge status, energy flow, and all those things. So, you can change that. Engine sound, you can change. Okay, weather is telling me weather, electro induction, fuel sports car, and then obviously there is messages because connected car with 40 connected features. Now, here you can operate the audio system and Android Auto and all those things. And this screen is largely for the air conditioning, even though we have got physical buttons here. So you can change stuff here, and then you can come into the car settings. You can decide the electric door opening. Yeah, you can open the door from here as well, which is kind of nice. Okay, let me turn on the AC. I don't know how it turned on right now. Band ho ja bhai. I don't know why the decreasing blower speed is on the right side and not on the left side. That's kind of weird. What does this do? Automatic door opening and all. You can decide how much you want the door to open. So you can change the cluster view here. So there, oh my god, that is like different. And then you can customize a lot of things on the cluster from here. That's actually quite impressive. So I'm just going to come into this particular mode. So that's the cluster 10.25 inch. This is the driver monitoring system, which will obviously try and monitor what you're doing just in case you sleep in the car. It will remind you not to do that. And steering wheel is adjustable both for reach as well as rake. You got paddle for regen, obviously. And the steering wheel is nice to hold. Yeah, the horn is okay. It's not great, but my leg hits here because this thing is so tilted towards the driver. But thankfully this car has got unlimited headroom only because the roof is down at the moment. But this is a very driver centric car because everything is tilted towards the driver. I like these 3 screens. They are nice. I think they could be a little brighter. I don't know why they're not bright. Let me turn off the lights. So this thing is a bit difficult to operate. Yeah, because it's obviously, I mean, it's not the usual UI we are all used to. So that takes some time to get used to for sure. And controls are easy. Thankfully, they have got physical buttons. Now, let's quickly turn on the 360-degree parking camera. It turns on here. I thought it will turn on here. No, it turns on here. Very Ferrari-like system here. So you have multiple views. You can decide guidelines, markers, and all those things. And since it has got ADAS, you can do a lot of self-driving here. It's showing the hood is open. I don't know if the hood was open, but it seemed like I had to bang close the door, the hood actually. So as I see it, yes, it's a decently well-equipped car, but this is an eyesore here. I mean, it should not happen at this price point, but the car definitely looks nice. 8-way power adjust seats, both for the front seats, and you've got memory settings. You can say up to 2 people settings, both the seats, memory settings, yes, and then piano black finishing in a lot of places. In order to open the door, well, can I open from here? No, yeah, you can open it from here, but the position is such now, it's not easy to access, so you rather open it from here only. Anyways, enough of the yapping, let's start driving right away. Time to drive. Let's firstly remove this plastic sheet so it can monitor me better. We turn off the ESC. It says warning. By the way, it has got 256 color ambient lighting. A lot of features. I've not really gone into it. And straight away we come into drive. I press super sport here. Traction control off, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Launch control activated. Fake rev till 5,500 RPM and off we go. That's it, top speed 210 km per hour. So 0 to 100 km per hour came up in 3.3 seconds. MG claims it goes from 0 to 100 km per hour in 3.2 seconds. So yeah, somewhere there, but then obviously depends on the condition of the track as well. And around the corners, you can feel the weight. Yes, it is heavy. Yeah, but it's not bad. And my instructor is turning off ESC thinking I'll go sideways. But this has a dual motor setup. There's a motor up front, there's a motor at the rear. Internationally, you also get a rear wheel drive version, which, oh, okay, I can feel the weight around the corners, and the brakes are, yeah, You can feel the weight shifting, 50-50 weight distribution. 62% power of this car goes to the rear axle. And I'm just going to turn off the air conditioning because I can feel a bit of the wind. Yeah, it's fast. There is no denying the fact that this is a fast car. And because of the weight, 2000 kgs, you can feel that weight. But definitely it's super fast. 200 came up in a flash. That's 12.48 seconds to go to 200 kilometers per hour, which is impressive for a car of this price. And you can feel the understeer. It understeers a lot. Dual motor setup. So yeah, this is obviously all-wheel drive with the front motor producing 335 horsepower and the rear motor is producing 335 horsepower. Yeah, more powerful rear motor. Traditionally rear wheel drive, front motor adds 201 horsepower. Combined output 515 PS of power. Torque output 725 Newton meters, which is absolutely crazy. 725 Newton meters is the reason why this car is so damn freaking fast, but understeers like crazy. And this is like a Hyundai Ioniq 5N with the fake sound which is coming. We're going to turn it on to fuel sports car. Now you can hear, oh my goodness, what the fluff just happened? Now we're going to start, we're going to launch it again, and that is the finish line. So it's time to test the 0 to 100 km per hour acceleration yet again, for which let's turn off the air conditioning completely. Hopefully we'll get more power. Air conditioning off. Yeah, that's off. We reset this and left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Before that, ESC off. Here we go. ESC off. We are in super sport. Stability control off. Left foot on the brake. Right foot on the accelerator. Launch control. Off we go. 10,000 freaking RPM right line. What fakeness here. 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds, because obviously the battery is heated up a bit, I believe. This is an NMC battery, because of which obviously, oh, the brakes are sharp actually. NMC battery, because of which density is good. Charging time, it charges from 10 to 80% in 40 minutes using a 144 kilowatt charger, DC charger. That's a weird number. What is 144? They could say 150 or something of that sort. Meanwhile, this is not a sports car, it's more of a GT car. Because of the weight, you feel so much understeer, and I am actually sliding because the traction control is turned off, so I'm going to turn on traction control. So globally now they have a 64 kilowatt hour battery pack with a rear wheel drive version, which goes from 0 to 100 km per hour in 5.2 seconds and just has 325 horsepower. This is the GT, this is the top of the line. I think in Europe now they are actually giving this more power, 535 horsepower, so that's a slight difference there. And then you got regen here. So super sport mode, there's normal mode, there's sport mode, and all those modes are there in this car. And in terms of the weight, now that shift can be felt in the car, the weight can be felt, and that is because of the battery, 77 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is actually the thinnest battery because it's a sports car. Now it has to have a very thin battery here. 580 kilometers of claim range. The range has come down from 435 kilometers on 99% battery to 342 kilometers on 87% battery, because obviously I'm giving it the beans. Electric cars, they drink a lot more when you give them like full whack. That's what's exactly happening right now. But it's a car which is definitely enjoyable to drive because of the kind of speeds it does, and because it's fast, and because it is 3.2 seconds fast, means it's faster than a BMW M5 as well, which is just amazing in terms of speed if you want outright speed, yes. But here's a suggestion, what is the most expensive part of an electric car? Definitely the battery. Remove the battery here, put a 2-liter engine which goes from 0 to 100 km per hour even in 8 seconds. There you can see, that's also fine, right? But if internal combustion is there, you obviously have the raw feel and all, and price would also come down by at least 10 lakh rupees. That would make this car real value for money. Not that it's not, because it is definitely value for money. At this price, nothing is even close with all the scissor doors and all the drama this car has to offer. It's absolutely fantastic. I definitely expect this to sell in good numbers just because of the way it looks. It comes with unlimited kilometer, unlimited year warranty for the first owner, but the second owner gets 1.6 lakh kilometer warranty on the battery. The car comes with 3 years unlimited kilometer warranty. However, if you happen to go for the extended warranty, they understeer, bro. Extended warranty, now then this goes to 5 years, 1.5 lakh kilometers, and MG is like, we're going to give you a lot of other benefits in terms of service, roadside assistance, and all those things. This car comes with okay, at 150 marker we brake. This car comes with a 3.3 kilowatt charger, which is like the regular AC charger, home point, and then a 7.4 kilowatt wall box charger, which actually juices up the battery in 12.5 hours from 0 to 100%. Buddy, what you're doing? Why are you suiciding today? Anyways, this is not a track car, but somehow it holds on to its own. Cooling and all is quite nicely done because performance is not depleting here, but this is so gimmicky. The tachometer, yeah, I find it like weird. But as I see it, I also took this car for a small spin on the handling track, slalom and all. It did well there, but the weight shift again, big problem, and you can feel the weight there specifically. But the seatbelt pretension like crazy. Oh my goodness, the seatbelt is gonna kill me right now. This tightened up like mad. Oh,
Oh shit,
Oh.
is that bad?
horrible. Level 2 ADAS is present here, obviously, and let me I don't know why the regen is working. So there are 3 regen modes. There's an auto mode as well, and now this is not the best thing to do on a trying to get regen, because when you brake, you do the best yourself. And real world, expect this car to return around 400 kilometers, which is decent, not bad at all. So MG is really focusing on new energy vehicles because that's where they think they are going to make a big impact as such. The only thing is the steering doesn't feel dynamic here. Definitely the car is good to drive, but the steering doesn't feel dynamic. There's a lot of weight. The battery weighs it down, but it's so fast. It's damn freaking fast. So much power. It's absolutely crazy, but electric cars can make you feel nauseous like I am feeling right now because of the weight and then abrupt acceleration because of the torque coming lower down itself, and that's thing which you have to deal with. So guys, this is my video of the MG Cyberster. It's a nice car, no doubt about it. Quite value for money for the kind of performance it offers, and now there is no direct rival to it. But Porsche is going to come up with an electric version of the Boxster. Please don't do that, but that's going to happen. And in that sense, this will obviously appeal because it will be much more value for money. If you like this video, make sure to give the thumbs up. That's a like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye bye.
Picture अभी बाकी है मेरे दोस्त.
The video is not yet over because we are on the track again, this time slalom course. Using this, I can change the kinetic energy recovery system, which is regen. And this is actually for the drive mode. So we're going to come into sport, and left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, and off we go. Crazy sound which is coming, the fake sound. Now this has got vehicle to load as well. The steering is not very dynamic, and you can feel the car understeering a lot. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem here. But honestly, it feels very fast, especially when you're driving it over such small patches of road. It definitely feels super fast. Yeah, brakes, even though they are sharp and strong here, the problem is now there is a lot of weight which this car has to tackle, because of which you can feel it changing the balance around the corners, moving a lot. Understeering the front, you can feel I can feel it slide, and this is all-wheel drive, and yet the slide is happening. So you can just imagine what happens when you turn off the traction control system. Nothing happens, okay? The car will not go drifting. It will not. You can get the rear-wheel drive version abroad, not in India though, but that's fine. Now let's do the lane change. Left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, launch control, and off we go. I'm going sideways, I feel. That's how freaking quick it is. Yeah, there's too much power, but they've tuned the chassis well. You know who's tuned it? You'll be surprised. An F1 guy has tuned it. The same guy who was the head of vehicle dynamics at Ferrari when Michael Schumacher won 5 years on the freaking trot. Yeah, they should have dialed in more power at the rear. 62% power at the rear is good, but more power at the rear would mean that you could go sliding, but you can't do that here. So yeah, this is a GT, not a sports car as such. If you like this video, bye bye, ho gaya, khatam, finish, khalas.